Yeah, I did 630% improvement on this metric. And this export here was actually from Pi AutoResearch. It hosts this dashboard for you. So I was able to reduce the system prompt from apparently 11,000 tokens down to 2,392 tokens. And it still performed just as well. Like, okay, so I've had this harness engineering channel here. And this is my experience running Pi AutoResearch. So the one that I've had a lot of success with is Pi AutoResearch. That's what I've just mentioned. I think if you want to get a nice auto research framework out of the box, Pi AutoResearch is so good. It's got a lot of things that could be improved on, but it's open source. I love that. So we can take that and make it better, which is actually what I want to do. Maybe not this stream, but sometime. So let's try find the Shopify auto research story. Toby and I generalized Kaparthi's auto research to improve 40 plus metrics across Shopify. Then we open sourced our project. So this is the project, Pi Auto Research. We're not sure what auto research is. Okay. I think the slides will show you the best. Auto research is this. It's a project by Andrej Karpathy, who worked at OpenAI in the early days, pretty much doing a lot of work with the transformers. And I think he also worked at Tesla, like he's an AI god. And he made this project before called NanoChat, which is like a very small version of the early GPT architecture that you can learn about how it works and run. And he set up this framework called Auto Research that ran 83 experiments and kept 15 improvements, discarded everything else, and a harness around Claude Code that can continuously try experiments to improve on the metric. I think the metric he used, validation bits per byte, lower is better, and vocab size is independent. So I'm not sure what that is, but you can say it's maybe like the accuracy of the LLM. I'm not an AI researcher. Or yeah, let's just say there's also another thing for this to like reduce the amount of parameters without losing quality. So it tried many different experiments, add 5% warm up, change these parameters, and it was able to get an X% improvement. This looks like a lot as well, like over 50% improvement in that metric he was trying to optimize for. And this is an awesome concept of having an agent keep working, trying to experiments, only keeping the ones that work and discarding the rest. And you ended up with this code change that is greatly improved your metric that you've set it up for. Now, this doesn't have to be about AI research. People have been setting auto research loops up for all kinds of things. I was doing some learning about it on YouTube, and obviously there's a lot of content creators on YouTube. So you can see a lot of content creation optimization. Here's me. Like, I think this guy's video is really good. I'm not sure if he does. Let's just watch it anyway.
Questions: how should the system?
And the way I handled that is I've found some really troublesome use cases from my agent traces that the agent like struggles with. And we found 5, and I think that's what the 5 use cases. I set up a benchmark script to run end to end the whole .agent system with the code changes in those particular scenarios, those 5 troublesome use cases, and have some kind of way to tell at the end, I think LLM is judge, whether the final output of the agent answered the user request kind of thing. Yeah. And I didn't really write that too much, but I did have to check like that it was legit. And I'm pretty sure it was. I could be wrong. I didn't look that deeply, but and I also did a lot of manual checks later to verify these kind of things. And yeah, pretty sure it worked well. But we'll see. You know, you can outsource thinking, but you can't outsource understanding. Yo, Level Sports, what do yo do? Content creation, software engineering, technology, acceleration. That's what I do. Futurist, to put it in one word. And yeah, we're talking about harness engineering today. If you want to run Pi AutoResearch, it's really, really easy. Go to pi.dev. First, you need Pi. This is like one of the best open source agent harnesses. And then install it with either curl, npm, npm, or bun. Once you have that, you can write Pi to run Pi. Do Pi space login. Oh my God. Do Pi login to like auth your, I use Codex auth. But you can use Claude, I think. Oh, actually, you might not be able to use Claude, but you can use something. Just use Codex, man. And then search Pi-AutoResearch, and you can install the Pi AutoResearch plugin with Pi space install npm Pi-AutoResearch, Pi space install npm colon Pi-AutoResearch. And then you will have the plugin. So you can just open Pi with Pi. There's a new update available. The way I installed Pi, I have to run the bun command every time to upgrade it, which is annoying. Okay, so now I can go auto research space and then whatever I want to set up here. I wouldn't recommend just going straight in like this, or you can. If you have something complex like I did, you have to spend time making sure you have that feedback signal that you want. For me, because I wanted to do an end-to-end simulation of a whole agent loop, it took some time to set that up. So we're going to do auto research off and auto research clear. That clears everything and turns auto research mode off. Now we're going to start a new auto research, and I'm going to say what I want to optimize for. This might not make sense to you, and I'm not going to go into detail about what this is right now, but we'll start to unlock more as I go. But pretty much, use the existing benchmarks, but a new harness to optimize for the amount of tokens made by budging and nudging and context compression into the agent LLM context window. We had a previous optimization specifically for reducing the tokens in the system prompt, but this is for everything that gets added to the system prompt from the outside, like summarization, padding, nudges, etc. But then I'll show you how to pretty much use Pi AutoResearch. So to recap, install pi.dev, go to pi.dev and use the one-liner to install the Pi agent harness. And then once you get in, go Pi login. I think you can also just run Pi and then /login, and then choose Codex and login with Codex or whatever you want. Codex is the easiest for me, ChatGPT Codex. And then go to David BCN87's Pi-AutoResearch on GitHub, copy the quick start and run that, and it will install it in Pi. And then you can just run Pi with Pi and /AutoResearch prompt. You can see here, /AutoResearch space, whatever you want to do. If you have a simple repo, you could just do this. Me, I had to set up the benchmark to be able to get that feedback signal that makes the harness more effective, and that's harness engineering. And hopefully we'll go hands-on into actually doing that in the next stream. But I'm running a Pi AutoResearch harness to optimize my agent loop harness pretty much. we spent a lot of the first part of this stream explaining harness engineering, which is designing the agent's working environment so it can iterate reliably without constant human steering. So you can imagine all up until now, I've been making this environment for my agent to be able to continuously run experiments on, keep what works and discard what doesn't work. So to optimize for a metric I care about. And, okay, so once Pi AutoResearch is running, you can see one line here, the runs kept and lost. If you go Control-Shift-T, excuse the hotkeys I already had, you can see a little preview here of all the runs. You can see it's kept one, discarded one. And if you go /AutoResearch space export, this is that web dashboard that I showed. If you go export image, you can get the kind of thing that I shared. But yeah, so this is the AutoResearch loop that I'm running now. The baseline had 2,000 tokens, and now we were able to get it to 1914 tokens. Supposedly, what did we keep? Shortened the compact continuation digest header. So I'm pretty much making an optimization on the tokens that sent to the LLM every time there's a compaction or a nudge, etc. You could get similar things, but something about like keep going and experimenting in 20 different directions in one go is pretty good too. Removed redundant success JSON wrappers. See, this type of optimizations, just the small 6% gain when added up can go a long way. We're already at a 10% gain here, right? No. Okay, 6.5. Overall, you prefer 4.7 or 5.5 performance and just output quality. I think when it comes to coding and like intelligence over a constrained environment, 5.5 is so good at that. But when it comes to actually talking to, understanding your intent, on being more human, Opus models are better there, I think, still. Down 12% gain now. Compacted non-evidence tool call metadata. There you go. We have another optimize. This is actually like fun. I'm really enjoying just seeing the graph go the way you want it. And you get fast iterations here. Like each iteration's taking like less than 5 minutes. It's not a comparable harness. AutoResearch is for optimizing a particular metric. But just to recap, we did a lot of theory on what harness engineering is. And then I went into me actually using my current favorite framework for AutoResearch, which is a particular meta harness or harness outside of an agent, which is what I think is like on the cutting edge of harness engineering. And yeah, talked about that, talked about some real life examples. You can see it all in the VOD on my YouTube. And next stream, I'll actually go into hands-on building the hard parts of the harness, which is the feedback loop, I think, and designing, engineering the harness around that.